My name is Courtney. Welcome to my channel. This is like my first video like this. I've posted many years ago a few videos of my family and my kids and us just hanging out, but I haven't posted anything in a really long time, and I thought that this is the way to get back into it. I really enjoy minimalism, which is, I feel like, a little bit ironic for me because I am a little bit of an ex-hoarder. I had probably 100 sweatshirts at one time. For some reason, I really liked sweatshirts. And I'm not even being like dramatic or exaggerating. When I was a teenager, you couldn't even walk in my room without walking on stuff. There was so much stuff everywhere. And I got pregnant with my first child when I was 21, so I had to move in with my boyfriend and his family at the time. Didn't really declutter a lot at that moment, but when I was living there, that is when I started learning about minimalism and wanting to kind of go that path. I get overwhelmed very easily. I suffer from anxiety, depression, the whole shebang. And clutter really clutters my mind. That's what they say, clutter house, clutter mind. And that is just not okay, especially as a new mom, moving to a new place for the first time, ever leaving my family. It was just me and my dad at the time. My mom passed away when I was younger. So, going through pregnancy without my mom and in a new home and being pretty young still, and it was a lot. And then having a lot of stuff on top of that was very overwhelming, to say the least, and including many other reasons. So I heard of minimalism, and I started looking towards minimalism to help calm me and calm my brain, and it helped greatly. Although it has been a very long, slow journey for me, and many things have happened in my life that kind of slowed me down even more and held me back. And minimalism is definitely something you have to practice over and over again in order to accomplish. So when I was just 21, I first got introduced to minimalism, and then I had my first baby. And then when she was about 2 years old, we bought our own home and moved into our own home. And so we moved all of our stuff. Oh, I should add that around that time when I was living with my boyfriend and his family, my dad moved, so I accumulated a lot of his stuff. So I had almost already a whole house worth of stuff before we even moved into our house. So we bought our house when I was about 24 years old, and I'm very proud of that fact because it's not easy to do. When we purchased our house, I was about 2 months pregnant or so with our second baby. So we moved all of our stuff in. We had already my dad's whole house worth of stuff because he just gave all of it to me, and purchased his own purchased brand new things for his home. He wanted a fresh new start. So when we moved into our house, we had already so much stuff, and we had so much hand-me-downs, and we already had so many things with our first daughter. For my baby shower, we got so much stuff, and it was, I only had one kid at the time, and it was overwhelming. So by the second, wanted to keep it very minimal, because I was trying really hard to be minimalistic. And I actually did a pretty good job around the time when my second baby was born. And I only used like 2 bottles for him. Every time I needed one, I cleaned it. I kept one in the diaper bag, fresh, ready to go at all times. And I used most of my girl items that I had for my boy, because my second was a boy. And I just like reused, and we just bought some new clothes and like a little boy blanket and some basic boy items. So I kept those things pretty minimal, and I'm pretty proud of myself for that. However, as the years went on, and Christmas and birthdays and things would come and go, and at the time, well, I've always been, but especially at the time, I was still kind of struggling with like my hoarder tendencies. And I have this weird issue where I get sentimental with stupid stuff. So I had a hard time getting rid of toys, and we would just receive more toys and more toys. And when my daughter was about 4 and my son was about 2, like I felt like our house was bombarded with stuff. And then we wanted to buy like things for the house, and things just accumulate over time, and it became very overwhelming again. So then I would go through these purges where we decluttered and got rid of things, and then I would feel better about the house again. When my son was about 4, I got pregnant with my 3rd child, a girl, and so we had to buy like all new baby things basically, because all the other stuff we had got ruined because our septic system overflowed, and I didn't want to risk keeping them or cleaning them, so we just got rid of them. And at the time too, we weren't sure if we were going to have more kids, even though I wanted more. I always wanted like 6 kids. I have 4 total, if I didn't say that already. But anyways, with my 3rd, I also kept that decently minimal. Every time we have a baby, I'm pretty proud of how minimal I keep our baby supplies. But like I said, things just accumulate with kids and with living, and just like, you want to try something new, so you buy something else, or you're feeling down, so you do a little bit of therapy shopping, or you get free things from other people, or whatever reason, gifts, it just accumulates. So then I had my 3rd, and we got more stuff, and then I ended up, when my 3rd baby was about 1, I was like 7 weeks pregnant with my 4th. So then we had to bring back out the baby stuff, and we got more baby stuff because this time he was a boy, so we had to get some new baby things. And for a long time too, I tried to like keep and store clothes of different sizes to try and save to use for my other babies, from the oldest, like hand-me-down. Over the years of trying to practice minimalism and decluttering my house, I have come to the conclusion that saving hand-me-downs isn't really worth the hassle or the stress. So I have probably about 2 bins now of hand-me-downs, maybe 3, and I actually want to go through those and declutter them a little bit more. Because also, one thing about having bins of hand-me-downs, you often forget what's in there. And so I only keep things that I think are really nice, or things that I have like pretty decent sentimental value to. But I've decluttered that greatly. And so my 4th was born, and now I have 4 kids. With my 4th, his pregnancy and his birth were very difficult, more emotionally than physically. There was a lot of issues going on family wise, and in health-wise too. And then like about a year after my fourth was born, I all of a sudden started having some medical issues, and just my body and my brain and everything kind of just shut down. I felt dead for a while, and so that was really difficult. And so the house kind of got out of hand, and now my fourth baby is 2 years old, and I finally feel like I am starting to regain normalcy. And so now I'm at the point again where I am ready to declutter and like get the stress of the house under control. That doesn't help with my brain and everything shutting down. And I went through tests and stuff, and everything kept coming back fine. So I'm kind of chalking it up to being burnout, even though I don't know for sure. It could be other things. I still struggle with that a little bit. It comes back at times, and then I get really scared because that was a really hard time. And then I try to take it extra easy for a while, hoping that like if it is burnout, then kind of resting and kind of getting back on top of trying to get more sleep and drinking better and drinking water more and things like that, that maybe I could get it under control. But anyway, so that's kind of a long ongoing issue. I have a lot of good days, I have a lot of bad days, and having the house, having too much stuff makes for more bad days, or makes the bad days more difficult, if that makes sense. And I've already gotten rid of so much stuff. Like my oldest is 10 now, and throughout those 10 years, we've gotten rid of at least 10 trailer full amounts of stuff. At least 10. I feel like it has to be way more than that. And the trailer is a pretty big trailer. We've gotten rid of so much stuff, and we still have so much stuff. I'm proud of how far we've come, and it's like really an ongoing struggle for me. I consider myself a messy minimalist and a struggling minimalist because I am very minimal. I enjoy minimal things. However, our house is also kind of small for being a family of 6. And I have hoarding tendencies from my past. So dealing with those makes minimalism a little harder. But I keep pushing through and getting it done because I know that it helps my brain and it helps me overall, and it will help my kids. Also, to add on to that, my kids and my husband are not minimalists. So that is a whole nother issue because I can't control them. I can only minimize my stuff and like shared spaces. Now with all of that said, I am trying to minimize my kitchen again. It is a small kitchen, especially for a family of 6, and it is a struggle. I keep some things out on the counter, which is kind of like a big no-no to minimalism. I keep my brain is slowing down, sorry. I'm tired. I keep the microwave on the counter because we do use it frequently, even though I wish we didn't. I thought about getting rid of it at times, but with having young kids who are learning to prepare meals for themselves or just to make my life easier and their life easier, a microwave is handy. So we have a microwave, we keep it out. I don't have anywhere else to put it. I've tried. I was keeping the toaster out. I recently put that down, trying to declutter the countertops more. We have a cereal dispenser for mornings for school. The cereal dispenser is a lifesaver. They can get themselves breakfast. Also, another reason why I kept the toaster out was so that they could make themselves toast in the morning. However, they didn't really eat toast, they would prefer cereal. So right now we got a bit of a gap here, and I like that. I like gap spaces. Honestly, the toaster will probably come back up at some point because we just use it more when it's out, and it's kind of a hassle to take it out, but we'll see. I'm trying this out. We'll see how it goes. I reorganized here a little bit. I reorganize this all the time. Then, oh, don't look at the dishes. And then over here, I have a big thing of rice, a big thing of wheat flour. I'm trying to eat rice more often. I have a lot of digestive issues, and rice is supposedly a good thing. I've been trying the FODMAP diet, struggling, failing miserably, but I'm trying. And white rice is on that list. So that is why that is in a big container and out. Wheat flour, it doesn't need to be in a big container, but I don't have any other place to put it. I do make sourdough bread occasionally, and I have a sourdough starter. I really got into the whole sourdough fad for a little while. I cannot keep up with it, and I cannot have sourdough bread all that often, or bread in general, because of my digestive issues. So that doesn't need to be there, but like I said, I have no other space for it, so it's staying there. And I don't think it looks terrible, so it is what it is. I have the Keurig. We had it over here in this area for a while. I didn't like it there. It was too crowded. Over here, I think it works for now. I did put it downstairs and out of the way to see if I could live without it, and I could, but the Keurig was easier for my kids when they wanted to make themselves hot chocolate or tea, or my second child, my son, he really enjoys coffee, so I get him decaf coffee, and he can make himself some of that. Cutting boards, the big one is too big to fit anywhere. I have a smaller one that I usually keep over there as well. On top of that is my daughter's medicine right now. She has strep throat, so she's just taking that. Those little bags hanging up, I would just use those so they're drying, and they're gonna get put away in a little bit. And I have some soap and cleaning stuff, and then like a little knickknacks. Don't need to be there, but I think they're cute and they're not in the way. On this side, I have my stainless steel cooking utensils, and up there I have our tape measuring cups and like another little random things of fish food. So over here we have a tiny fish tank, and then we also have, and then we get the fridge, and so the countertops right now I don't think are terrible, and it's manageable, and it's okay. I prefer it to be less like this, but like I said, we have a small kitchen. I don't have much of a choice. Also, please don't mind how yucky my kitchen is. We are a single income family of 6, so we do not have a lot of money, and we cannot afford to renovate. We painted the cabinets when we moved in about 8 years ago, so they are kind of peeling in some spots, and the floor also is a peel and stick, and we recently leveled the floor. We couldn't put any actual flooring down until we leveled it, so that is on the to-do list. As you know, as homeowners, there's a billion things all the time that need to be fixed and done. The kitchen is one of those things, but it's not a priority. It's functional. It's not aesthetically pleasing, but it is what it is. Anyways, I got off track. The other cabinets, these cabinets over here, I'm pretty pleased with how they're organized at the moment. The cabinet right over here next to the fridge, I am not happy about how it's organized. It is a complete disaster, but that is a project for another day. Because I just don't know where to put the stuff. It's medicine, and then it's like teas and coffees and things like that, which I have more than I probably need, but I enjoy those things and we drink those things as a family, so decluttering them is hard. Like I said, we don't have much space. And then I have the fridge. I try to keep the fridge pretty organized. On top of the fridge, I have like alcohols and things like that we don't use very often. We don't drink alcohol very much. I bought them for my husband's 30th birthday. Bought way too much because, like I said, I don't drink. I don't know how much we needed, and so now it's just sitting in there, and I might give it to a friend. But alcohol doesn't go bad either, so I don't know, and I don't really need it. That is also another thing for another day. On top of the fridge, it's a bit of a disaster right now. We have some bags of chips that are going to be going to my daughter's school, and a bowl full of like bread items, which normally I try to keep it in the fridge. I don't know if other people do that. My mom used to do that. I like to do that because it prevents it from going moldy as fast, but it also makes it hard after a while. So we're keeping the bread out on a bowl on top of the fridge for now and seeing if that works out. I don't really like how it looks though, but it is what it is. I recently decluttered from top of the fridge actually, and got rid of a griddle that we had, an electric griddle, because we have a Blackstone, so there's no need of having both. I have a little basket, a little key basket thing over there that is cluttered. Gotta go through that. I have a little hanging cup thing that was my grandmother's, and I like it. And I have cups in there, cups on it, and some other things that don't really fit in the cabinets, although I've decluttered the cabinets quite a lot, so I might actually be able to fit those in there. But I still like that shelf, so I might move it somewhere else. I don't know. I'm leaving that for now. And then I have a hutch that was my grandmother's, and I painted it a while ago. Painted it white. Well, I painted it black first, and then I didn't like that. I thought it was too dark, so I painted it white and gave it like a farmhouse rustic look. Don't like that anymore. I'm over that style. Don't like it. Trying to move on. I want to sand it down and restain it so it's more of a natural wood again. But we were actually thinking of getting rid of it and adding shelves and just buying like a cabinet with a bunch of drawers so I have space to put things still, because we put a lot of our kitchen items over here because, like I said, our kitchen is small. We have only 2 drawers in the whole kitchen, and that is for silverware and then like knives and stuff. And I don't even have that much of that stuff, and I don't have any space to put anything else. So the hutch has been very useful for that. However, our trash situation gets piled up very easily. It gets overwhelmed and cluttered, and I hate that. So I am thinking of getting rid of the hutch, adding shelves, getting that cabinet with a bunch of drawers, and then 2 new trash bins, like a big recycling one, and then just a regular size trash bag for regular trash. And that way all of our recycling that we have will fit inside there, because our recycling just overflows so easily. And in the summertime, we don't really have much of an excuse. We can bring it outside more often to like the outside trash bins, but it still accumulates, and we don't do that all the time, and we get a lot going on. So it would be nice to have like a bin to contain it. And also in the winter time, we're not gonna bring the stuff out as much. It's a bit of a hassle. And trash pickup is 1 day a week. And honestly, we go through, I don't know how we accumulate so much trash, especially with us trying to be minimal, but we do. We're a family of 6. We have 4 cats and a dog. We used to have 2 dogs, but we unfortunately had to put one down last year, the end of last year, and that was awful. And we have chickens that we recently got. They're on the porch over there. So that is my plan for the kitchen. It is a work in progress. Oh, I guess I'll explain. On the hutch, on top of the hutch, we have some bowls, some like decorative bowls I might get rid of. I think they're really cute, but we never use them, so I might get rid of them. I have some extra mason jars and a couple other little random odds and ends that I don't really want to get rid of, but I don't have a place for. Then on one of the other shelves, I have books. I have some cookbooks, I have some survival books, and then I have this really cute set of children's books that we got from someone. They're like a vintage set, and I don't want to get rid of those, but I don't have any other place for them. We don't have any bookshelves, so this is where they're gonna go. And I don't think it looks bad. And then the other shelf, it's kind of like a catch-all. Just, I have some random odds and ends on there, and then like other things just get thrown on it, and that's kind of a pain, and I don't really know what to do with that. Which is kind of another reason why I want to get rid of the hutch, because things just end up on it. So that is the plan for the kitchen and the hutch. But as I was decluttering the hutch, I'm thinking that I don't really want to get rid of it, so I'm a little bit stumped on what I want to do at the moment, because I am sentimental, and it was my grandmother's, and I like it. So I might just try and find a new spot for it, because it would be very nice if I could have this kitchen like spacious and easy to function and move around in. We'll see. And yeah, so now I'm gonna go through and show you some organizing and decluttering that I did yesterday and a little bit today, and it's just a little bit that I did. I have so much more to do, and try and bring you around with me when I do other projects and cleaning and organizing and decluttering, and kind of keep myself accountable. Yeah, and like I said, please don't judge me on the kitchen. We're not rich, and we are not aesthetically pleasing, and I'm burned out, so I have no design capabilities. But maybe once I get minimal again and I get the house under control and my brain can open up to more possibilities, I can decorate more and work on the kitchen more and fix it up. But like I said, there's a billion projects all the time. Anyways, I'm rambling. So again, my name is Courtney. Thank you for watching. Sorry I bored you, if I did. Or maybe you cleaned while I talked about cleaning, because I watch videos all the time about cleaning and minimizing while I clean and minimize. You gotta give yourself a boost of motivation, you know? And so thank you for joining me, and I hope you come around again. Alright, so here I am organizing that pantry and putting labels on my pantry items. I've reorganized some things out of the hutch and put them under there. That Instant Pot unfortunately doesn't fit under there anymore, so I'm going to move it over to there. I have to figure out where to put all of that stuff. All of that stuff was in the hutch right here before. If I decide to keep the hutch, I might just put some of that back. I have these K-cups, but I have no idea where to put them and how to organize the extras. I might get a bin and keep them downstairs where I have a bigger pantry set. Those are the shelves with all of the random stuff that I still have to go through. This is a lot of things that I'm getting rid of. So I'm still thinking about those extra things. That's some sourdough stuff that I don't really use, some extra napkins that I've had forever. And that is just a bunch of plastic knives that I literally never use. There was also a dehumidifier and a popcorn maker that doesn't really work anymore. Yeah, my kitchen just looks like crap. It's definitely a work in progress. I got a bunch of random stuff on the hutch. I've since clean that a little bit. Yeah, this is just my disaster of a kitchen. That needs to go back in the camper. That needs to go downstairs. This is where I usually keep towels and clean things, and that's where I keep like trash bags and stuff. And then the other one's just dog stuff. And then my like nice set of silverware is on the bottom that I never use, but it's like family hand passed down, but I really like it. I know that's not very minimalist of me to say. Gotta clean off the countertop, but since that last clip, it's looking a lot better. This is a sourdough that I decided to make. It's 2 batches that I'm making. My little fish tank. Exhausted. And here are my 2 sourdough breads that I made. Slightly undercooked, to be honest, but they're pretty good. And I ate one with some fresh Irish pure butter, and it's so good. I haven't had bread in a really long time, or sourdough bread at least, and it hit the spot. So now I'm just showing the cleanup that I did. I moved the microwave under in the cabinet and moved the cereal dispenser over a little bit just to kind of give it some open space. I already talked about that in the beginning. And here's the things I'm getting rid of. However, this is a bag of rice and a bag of flour that I'm going to put downstairs. And I already showed these, but I'm getting rid of a couple more things. And I already showed the sourdough bread. I don't know why I'm showing it again. Ignore the babies in the background coughing too. They're faking it. And I like that. I think I'm going to buy another one. And then I just wanted to show my pretty flowers. I've been trying to buy myself fresh flowers once they die, like every couple of weeks or so. And it's just been really nice to have. And that is our dog who needs a bath desperately. And now here is Oliver fixing up his little car with Dada. Dada's fixing up the big car and Oliver's fixing up the little car. Thought that was cute. I haven't gotten anything else done to the kitchen. I am absolutely exhausted today. It's been 2 days later since I filmed that video. Nope, it's been 1 day later. I can't even keep track of my days. Today, I brought the kids to school, went to the store, had to go to speech therapy, went to a different store for a pickup order, came home, and I've just crashed. I'm so tired. I'm not cleaning or getting rid of anything today. Do not have the energy. But that's okay. This is why minimalism and everything has taken me so long to do, because it's just because I have like good days, I have bad days, and I have just normal days. I don't even know. I have days where I can get my regular things done, and then that's it. And then I have good days where I get like a lot done, and then I have bad days where I get like absolutely nothing done. Today has been a pretty regular day. Slightly on the bad day side because I don't have any energy to get chores done. I'm gonna try and do some laundry later, but I'm just wiped. I am so tired. So I say it is what it is a lot, but that's really just how it is. I can't stress myself out any more than I already am. All right, yeah. I said I didn't have any energy to do anything, but of course with little ones, I'm outside with them because they want to play and get energy out, and I just want to do nothing, but that's not how it goes. Just gotta power through. I hope to see you again, or I hope you see me